right. Well, I probably should get... I got a lot going on here, but okay. Alright, that looks somewhat decent. I should probably get the race up here. If I'm actually live. Otherwise, this is awkward. Come on. How to watch. Come on, I'm logged in. Alright, I can't see comments. I'll get to them in a minute. But I'm trying to, you know, get the actual race up here. Obviously, I can't show you it for legal reasons and whatnot, but I'll have it up here on my monitor. I'll talk to you guys, read some comments and all that, but yeah, this is actually the first ever full supercars race I've watched, and God, where is it? Come on. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. So I just logged in. Okay, I thought I had this down. I don't have this down. But obviously, for legal reasons, I cannot show it, so please do not yell at me and call me a fraud. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fraudulent in some areas, but not all areas. So, okay, we are going to do this. So I have the race up. This is my first full Supercars experience, I guess. But yeah, David, John, Dimas, sorry, apologies. But yes, this is me reacting to Supercars. I forgot to put on my hat. Oops. But yes, we're live for Supercars. I'm excited, very excited. What you see here, once it finally updates, will be the, you know, I should probably turn on some audio. Oh yeah, someone's out of this race already. They're hurt. But as you can see, I'm scrambled. I haven't done this a lot before. How do I get the live? Okay. One of these days, I'm going to get the live. Whatever. What's it called? Leaderboard. Guys, it's 11 p.m. Brain is not working. Here's your starting lineup. They're covering it right now on the audio. I don't know how loud I can listen to it, but I got to read my comments out here because I got the race up here. I got my... Well, actually, I could just... Once again. You're going to have to tell me if the... if the stream starts glitching out. And I will do my best to check on my analytics and whatnot over there. But I got the race over here. I got the analytics comments over here. And if it crashes, there we go. All right. To the comments I can finally read. David, welcome. John, Dimas, apologies. Yeah, that's actually my first Supercars race I'm watching. I know I just said that a couple minutes ago, but I'm just now reading through the comments. Once again, apologies for not being able to... fully show it for legal reasons. Supercars like NASCAR. I mean, the cars kind of look similar, but they're not exactly the same, obviously, because they got the rear wings, and they look more like what you see on the streets. Whereas a NASCAR stock car, it's called a stock car, but it does not actually look like what you see. Here we go. Here's the live timing. No thanks. Continue to live. I was about to say, I'm logged in all the way. I got a Super View account, baby. I am set up. I'm so excited. Cam Waters, NASCAR legend, is on pole, by the way. I know that much. John says, shouldn't you be watching a boxing match here in Texas? I forgot about that other sporting event. I'm watching the real sporting event right here. Australian Supercars with NASCAR legend Cam Waters on the pole. KP's Kingdom, Cook with KP. I like that name. Watching live from Canberra, Australia, and listening to your live stream. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that people are happy enough to watch the live stream, or at least listen to it while they watch the race. Obviously, watch the race. But the formation lap is underway. That's fun. Championship leader Will Brown. I did some research. I watched practice last night, about 24 hours ago. I was watching practice, believe it or not. And I had a good time. It's a fun little track. It's a tricky track as well. There were a lot of crashes in the Dunlop series. Some of even the supercars drivers had troubles. And then the curbs, you can't cut them too aggressively. I mean, it's a pretty entertaining track. Let's just tweet it out here, and then I will put the phone down. But it's kind of like a mix almost of NASCAR and F1 because the cars are similar to NASCAR, but the formation lap, and then there's penalties for how you drive. It's like watching NASCAR. It's so exciting. Let's see here. Yeah, everyone's checking in from where they're from. This is so cool. I mean, like, explaining this to my grandparents is the most exciting thing. I'm like, yeah, I have people who watch me from Australia. It's the coolest thing ever. New Zealand, Australia. It's so cool. Let's see here. I'm going to love this race. I hope so. Mad Law Photos by Rodney Law. Hello, Ben. Watching from Auckland, New Zealand. Home of Shane Van Gisbergen, Supercars legend. Rob, I'm glad you like the NASCAR reports. Glad I've been able to help you in learning NASCAR, but the tables have turned. The turned have tables. You got to teach me about supercars here, but obviously I can only show you the leaderboard. Once again, I'm going to say that a lot through the stream. I don't want people yelling at me. Live timing as well. Yeah, I'm curious if it's going to spoil, like if the streaming is behind and it starts showing me stuff here, but I'm curious to see how this first chicane goes, because this first chicane is sketchy. Like, as a casual viewer, from what I see, this first chicane is sketchy. I'm also curious to how my computer is going to respond to all this. This is the first real test this computer has been through. It's still at 100% battery. That's always a good start. Oh, they're at the last corner of the formation lap. The leaders are. Let's see. Lynn says that they would rather listen to me than the commentator. Well, that's a high honor. Okay, these commentators, I will say, they are funny. I listened to them during practice. They are funny. The guy they sent down at the first chicane, I like that guy. I forget his name, but I thought he was really funny. Watching from Brisbane, that's pretty cool. Aaron Baines played some basketball in Brisbane. David, welcome. Or David Parberry, welcome. All right, let's see here. We got a car going to the pit lane. I don't know if he has to do like a pit lane start or what. I can see things happening down here with the leaderboard, but I'm not going to look. I'm assuming that the race has actually started. Oh my God, look at that guy wave the flag so aggressively. Oh. They are revving those engines, baby. Oh no, Cam! Oh, Cam Water. Okay, send it into the chicane, Cam. Do it for NASCAR. Oh. Dang it. NASCAR legend Cam Waters got beat out in the first chicane. Okay, so can Will Brown lock up the championship tonight? Also, I got to figure out which one's Will Brown. I think Will Brown's the first Red Bull right now. And Feeney is the other Red Bull. Oh, it's the turn where Schumacher turned into Hill. One of the Red Bulls is side by side with a red car. I don't know all the teams, guys. Apologies. I know Will Brown's with Ampol, Red Bull, 888, and then Cam Waters is with Tickford. Brody Kostecki is with Erebus, I believe. And that's my extent. And that Kostecki had some big, not falling out because he's still there for one more race, but some big dispute with Erebus at some point. Well, they've been pretty tame. Nothing crazy yet. Oh, as I speak, a yellow car. Oh, yeah, bump him. Bump him out of the way. Oh, yeah, that's NASCAR right there. Go. Run away, red car. I don't know who you are, but white and red car next to a tradie car. Let's see here. Is that Kostecki? No, it's Reynolds. Reynolds was getting physical with the other car. That was pretty neat. All right. No rain on the radar yet. Does that implies that there could be rain on the radar? That's exciting. I'm assuming they have wet weather tires. But that's kind of exciting. That's kind of fun. Yeah. Let's go. Christopher says, watching from Sydney, please don't play this song. If a New Zealand driver wins, we might have to. It's become almost a tradition at this point. But for now, I can... Oh, we got some aggressive blocking. Whoever's got Coca-Cola, just block the Mobile 1 car. Once again, guys, I got to figure these teams out on my own time. Oh, he bumped him a bit. The guy from the pit, he's a last-minute sub. So that's the guy. So I saw someone had a concussion, and that originally, like, K. Allen. Oh, we got a dive bomb. An aggressive dive bomb. But he made it stick. He got a concussion, and then Kai Allen was going to sub, but then he couldn't. He didn't get approved or something from, I don't know, but let's see. But, yeah, so someone explained the championship situation. Can Will Brown lock it up tonight? I know he has like a 170-point lead. They got about... How many points do they have total? I think he has like 2,700 or so. So I'm just curious. But so far, I don't think we've gotten in trouble for the race audio. But let's see. Randall has looks like a 2.25 seconds. Is that what that... 1.3, about 1.3 second lead over Cam Waters. I remember when Cam Waters first came to NASCAR, a lot of people in the comments were saying that, like, yeah, Cam Waters is a really fast driver. Like, he's got a lot of poles. He was on pole today, obviously, but I guess the racecraft is what needs some working on. That's just from what the comments I read. I don't have enough of information to form an opinion, but that's just some of the comments I read, so... I'm curious to see if Waters can come back and make it a race with, who is it, with Randall. So we'll see. But I like that they give you the sector times. Randall's putting on some heaters, extending that gap. I do like the sector times, though. But Brown and Feeney are 3rd and 4th right now. So... David said no, but he can put himself as the favorite. I'm assuming you're talking about Will Brown with the championship. So just extend his lead in a sense. But there they are. Red Bulls, nose to tail almost. They were until that kind of fast right-hander. That would go into a heavy braking zone. But yeah, I also remember... a lot of people talking about how fast Will Brown was. I think correct me if I'm wrong here, but Will Brown replaced Shane Van Gisbergen at Red Bull and Pole. 888. It's one of those names. But correct me if I'm wrong, but he did. And it was a big deal because that's one of the top teams. And Will Brown has had a chance to prove himself. This has been his prove himself year, I guess. But we're on lap 578 now. Each race is worth 150 points. Okay, so yeah. So wouldn't that mean he could clinch it here? Like if he extends the gap. So he's at a 170 lead right now. If he extends it, doesn't that mean that he clinches? Am I crazy? Am I doing this wrong? I don't know. All of the above names. Okay, good to know. I can call them 888, Ampole, Red Bull. I'm just going to say Red Bull. That's going to be the easiest one for me to remember. But I will say there's some pretty paint schemes out there. Sorry, apologies. I forgot who my audience was. There's some pretty liveries out there. Okay, so if Will Brown finishes ahead of Brock Feeney, he's the champion. If I pronounce the name wrong, I apologize. Okay. The cars are all pretty close to each other. I don't know if it's like the current NASCAR Cup car. The NASCAR Cup car, it's essentially... Oh, 14 car just got a false start penalty. Well, that's unfortunate for him. Who is that? 14. Fullwood in 9th place. That's unfortunate. But I don't remember what I was saying here. But I'm okay. Yeah. The cars themselves. I wonder if they're similar to the Cup Series cars. That they're all extremely similar. They have to use parts, almost like spec cars in a sense, but that there's a third party that makes the parts for the majority of the cars, and there's very little room for the engineering to really stand out and to separate the team, so everyone's really close together. So I'm curious to how close the field is, because I mean right now the leader, Randall's got a good gap. He's got a 2-second gap over Waters, but they were showing camera shots and everyone's like essentially in line with each other. But I mean, this is where my brain goes all the time when I'm watching a new racing series. I try to think, how is this similar to NASCAR? How is it different? Like, what are things I can point out? Like when I was watching practice last night, I'm looking at these cars and I'm like, I go really simple first. I'm like, what do I recognize? What brands? Red Bull, Monster, Quad Lock, Pizza Hut. Just had Pizza Hut the other night, in fact. Really good pizza. But, you know, just small stuff like that. And then just some of the turns. Like, I think, oh, green car just slid. But, like, the turns 4 through 8, I think it's like a bunch of 90-degree turns, which is kind of similar to the Chicago street course, where there's a bunch of 90-degree turns, 90-degree angles, and hard braking, sending it down the inside to try to make a pass. So just kind of comparing it in a sense to NASCAR, I guess. But oh, shell car. I think the shell car. Oh, we got something crazy going on here. We got a pack of cars. We got the Pizza Hut car in there. Man, these curbs, they will send some of these guys every which direction. Oh my God. I mean, it literally looks like one of those situations where there's a car that's slow in front and he's just slowing everyone else behind him and there's a giant stack up. It looks like Martinsville on a road course. But hey, that last corner is exciting. God, the bumps at the first chicane, the curbs are just so intense. I mean, they're bouncing pretty. Oh. Oh, someone got shuffled out a little bit. Oh. Go Tyson, says Klaus NZ. It's Tyson Randall. Is that who's leading? Is his first name Tyson? Yes, they are basically the same cars. What do I think of the in-car cameras? They're pretty cool. Right now they're showing it looks like a helmet cam for, I think that was Mostert, sorry. But that was pretty cool. I like the one, they had one in practice yesterday, so they're on the right side of the car. They got one in the passenger side overlooking, and I think it was Brody Kostecki, and his hose that goes in his helmet got loose and it's flapping around, and the camera was right there to show it, like flapping around and going all over the place, and you could kind of see him reaching up there trying to reconnect it. So I thought that was a really good camera angle I mean, I'm sure that scenario doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, there you are, just right there to see him messing around with the hose trying to get it back in his head. Let's see here. Alex says it's been forever since they've watched an Australian Supercar series. Feel like on the long races they changed the brake pads during a pit stop. It was like a 20-second process. Well, We've still got 69 laps to go. Very nice. So I don't. It's a 500-kilometer weekend. I know Bathurst is like a big weekend, and it would have been cool to watch that, but it just conflicted with NASCAR. But one of these years, you know, obviously I'm going to want to watch Bathurst. I've always heard about Bathurst, and I know the track. Like, I've seen the track. It's not in person, but like in highlights and pictures and video games and whatnot. But that's one I want to watch, just because that's such a well-known track and a well-known race for the Supercar series. Wood. Wood had to throw a dive bomb in there. That was a pretty impressive move. But Love got shoved out a little bit. I mean, he didn't get shoved too far out, but it's a street course. There's a wall there. He kind of had to back out of it, so, you know. Looks like Waters is chopping back into the lead just a tiny bit. It was up to 2 seconds, but it's a 1 1/4, 3/4 of a second, so it's not quite close yet, but it's a little bit better. But Brock Feeney is still ahead of Will Brown, and then it looks like, who's that? 2 cars behind him's got a little bit of a gap, so that's Courtney to Kostecki, I think. That's where the gap is. It's about a second, according to this. Or, sorry, 3 seconds, I think. Oh! That car, who is that? The green Murray. Murray's right front fender is like whacking into his windshield. I'm no mechanic. I'm no engineer. But I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. I mean, it's literally hitting his right front windshield. And that's the driver's side, too. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. Car 9 got a black and white flag. Is that like a time penalty? Is that a drive-through? What was that? Someone explain that to me. Oh, Murray. Oh, that's who's got the damage. He hit a kangaroo. Did he actually hit a kangaroo? Okay, this is such a stupid question. Did he actually hit a kangaroo? Like, are there actually kangaroos on the streets of Adelaide? Guys, I've never been to Australia. I've never been to that region of the world. I'm going to sound really stupid, but it's 11. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay, cool, we're good. It just buffered for a second, but guys, I don't know. It's 11:00 something, 11:08 p.m. You got to excuse my dumb questions, because there will be a lot of them. Oh, yeah, they got him in the garage. They're working on it. That's fun. That's exciting. Nate Gravy, 123, welcome. Maybe kangaroos there are like deer here. Maybe, I don't know. Is it? Okay, I have another dumb question. Is it true that kangaroos punch people in the face? I told you, I'm full of dumb questions. Seriously, though, I live in Australia's capital and they bounce around, or they bounce down our street. Okay, so maybe it's not that crazy of a question. Yes, they box. Oh, my God. I got to get to Australia, man. The stories you hear are crazy. I've got some friends, some family who have been there, and they all love it. They all love it. I've never heard a bad thing about Australia. I just hear they got venomous snakes, and that sounds a little scary. But so, yeah, it looks like Cam Waters is closing back in. Excuse me, on Randall. It's down to less than a second and a half, so that's a 1/4 of a second he's made up since the last time I said that. So, Cam Waters is making ground. As they're showing the replay of Murray with his fender flapping around as he went over the curbs in that opening chicane. Yeah, that opening chicane is crazy. Oh, he about missed pit. Oh, I think he did miss pit entrance. Ooh. Well, I don't know if that's a penalty, but it looks like he missed the white line. I don't know what the pit entry rule is. Hit a tire bundle in the wild. Kostecki is the one to watch. Okay, so someone explained to me in very simple terms, what was the whole dispute with Kostecki and Erebus? Because I know he missed the first couple of races early in the season because they had some internal dispute. Shane Van Gisbergen came out and had a public statement of support for Kostecki, and I was like, okay, what is going on? Because I couldn't find answers online. So I'm curious what actually happened in simple terms between Kostecki and Erebus, because it ended up like there was reports that Kostecki was gonna come back to NASCAR for a couple starts, but then after his whole thing with Erebus, it fell apart. Sean says the team boss is a clown. Ooh. Oh no. I mean, I say that because Nate Gravy 123 said that Kostecki is the one to watch. He's up to 7th so far. He's up 4 positions. Wow. But no, someone asked me, who said, Sean, how am I finding the race so far? It's actually been decent. I mean, up front, the top 6 have kind of pulled away. And it's starting to get a little bit more competitive because Cam Waters is starting to close that gap. But, I mean, the racing they're showing in the midfield is insane. I mean, that little garble between, like, 7 different cars, it looked like they were going to wreck each other, and they were, like, looked like they were 3 or 4 wide. And then coming to that last kind of hairpin, I mean, they're all stacked up like a NASCAR Cup race at Martinsville. I mean, oof. Oh, my goodness. I can't deny that. I can't deny it. It's pretty entertaining. I'm just curious how this battle for the win's going to play out. Can't be told due to legal reasons. No one gets on with him in reference to the team boss. It's still not public knowledge. Toxic culture, says Nate Gravy. We're still to hear what that was all about with Kostecki and Erebus. Wait till the pit stops for the action. So, okay, that's the next question. How many times do they pit in a race? Like this race, is it going to be a 2-stop, a 3-stop? Could they do more? Is it a 1-stop race? Like, how many times do they have to stop for tires if the weather is normal? Someone earlier said something about rain, and now in the back of my head, I think it's going to rain. I don't know if it will. I don't know anything. 2 mandatory stops. Okay, so we got at least 2 stops. That's exciting. Is the tire fall off pretty extreme? Like, are we losing a couple seconds a lap? So the best lap. Let's go down here to the scoring, timing and scoring. So Randall's fastest lap was a 1:20.8. We'll see what his next lap time comes up to see how much of a fall off there is. Some may 3-stop. Okay. That's cool. All right, so 1:21.6. So that's a little bit less than a second fall off. Through what lap are we on? 15? All right, through 15. Oh, they got the foot cam going. There's some weird people who are into that. I don't know. Enough with the jokes. I do like the foot, especially with the heel toe. The heel toe is so cool. I wish I had enough skill in my feet in driving that I could do that. Tire situation is like NASCAR, not enough fall off. That's unfortunate. Though we had some at Martinsville a few weeks ago, which I was really happy for. It's too bad that the race manipulation got in the way and that race was viewed so negatively because it actually was a decent race. Let's see. Kostecki is going to Shell V-Power Ford next year. He's taking half the team with him. IndyCar legend Scott McLaughlin, I think, raced there. Drama went down when Will Brown signed for Red Bull to replace SVG. Okay. So it's all Shane Van Gisbergen's fault is what I'm hearing. The team boss was being, I'm going to say mean on this live stream. To Brown and Brody wasn't having, so maybe a fight. Supercar pit stop wheels difference between NASCAR. David, I'm assuming you're talking about the lug nuts. So, like, is it a single lug? Is it a 5 lug? Is it, I don't know, 3, 4? How many lug nuts are there? I think that's what David's asking there. Who's half a second faster than the leader? Let's see. What's Cam got the gap to? Oh, he lost some time. It's only 1.6 now. Did you vote for SVG to be most popular driver? Of course I did. Now, I gotta admit, I haven't done it every day because I don't think about it every day. But yes, I did vote for Shane Van Gisbergen as most popular driver in the Xfinity Series, which I think you can do that in Australia and New Zealand. If you can't, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. But, oh, pit stop. Someone. Isuzu. Apologies. How do you find the look of the cars? I think they look fine. They look neat. I mean, the thing is, I don't know enough about supercars to really, I guess, have a true judgment. Some shell cars diving might have made a little bit of contact. Nothing too extreme, though. Where am I trying to go here? I'm trying to check something real quick. Here we go. Oh, okay, so that's cool. That's good. That's good to know. I just had to make sure the stream was fully working here. Did I see the crash and qualifying? Yeah, okay. Someone explain to me what happened in qualifying. So we had a car crashing, as I think Kostecki just pitted. Was that Kostecki? No, that was not Kostecki. My bad. So someone crashes, and everyone's avoiding, everyone's going their different which ways. And all of a sudden, this other car just comes barreling in and then starts spinning. And the next thing you know, like, everyone's sitting there, like, what just happened? We had one guy wreck, about 3 other people avoid it, and then guy number 3 comes in and just, oh, we got some contact. We had some contact there with 20. I think that was the 20. Reynolds and Slade, it looked like, just made some contact there. Well, no crash, so that's nice. Red flag, they hit the same spot. Oh, pink car. It is a single lug nut to whoever was asking earlier. But we're on lap 19 of 78. About 60 to go. Chaz Mostert. What did he do? Or what did he not do? Oh, is he the one sending it? I think he's the one sending it. Mobile one. Oh, he sent it into one of the hairpins. That's nice. I like how there's this area of the track. Everything else is like street course, like super tight. Walls are right there. But then you got this one section that's just like, I mean, there's still walls on both sides and whatnot, but it's just super wide. It's like 4 or 5 lanes of normal streets, I guess. The Wall of Heroes strikes again. 2 cars hit the inside curb to feed them to the Wall of Heroes. I don't know which turn that is, Denver. I'm assuming that's off whatever turn if we're talking about qualifying still. So that was like turn 3 or something, turn 4. How are the colors and the graphics for you? Yeah, I mean, I don't have can't hear everything they're saying because I myself am talking. If anything, I should plug it in and try to get it in my ear. I mean, this is my first time doing this, so it's a learning experience for all of us here in every aspect. But No, as I said, I loved the commentators last night. I thought they were exciting. They were fun. They were funny. Um, but no, we got some pit stops here. 20 laps into the race. Seems like this is our first pit cycle. Turn 8. Okay, turn 8. Is that that's the big one.
Still hovering around 1.5 seconds, the margin between first and second, looking back over the eastern edge of the Adelaide CBD.
Only one pit bay per team. Okay, so it's kind of like F1 where, you know, when you're on the same team, you share everything. You share the garage, or not literally. You know, you technically have your own garage slot, but you got the same pit stops, or pit crew, pit box, team boss. You have your own engineer and whatnot, but it's kind of similar to F1 in that sense. But Feeney and Will Brown, it looks like that gap is about half a second. It's just been sitting at that. Feeney's been ahead. Brown's just been sitting there. I'm curious to, you know, it's early in the race. You don't want to do anything stupid, but I'm curious to when or if Brown will start pushing the issue and trying to get the championship lead or the advantage of the two. Because right now it looks like the gap from Randall to Waters is closing just marginally. Waters has extended a little bit of a gap to Feeney, and Feeney and Brown are just, they're really just right on each other, honestly. I mean, they're not quite bumping each other, but, you know. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. Turn 8 was the killer last night. Fastest corner on the track. Flat out 260 kilometers an hour. I know like 330 is like 200 and something in miles per hour. They'd have to double stack. Yeah, double stacking. I know that kind of screws the guy who's second in line there. Brown only needs to finish ahead. It's hard to follow. Heat on the tires and brakes. Yeah, I feel like that's a common motorsports thing where the guy behind, even if he's faster, if he's got to sit behind in the heat and dirty air, it just kind of, in a sense, not completely screws him, but it just makes it a tougher race. Do they actually have to manage the pit speed by themselves, or is it kind of like F1 where they got a pit limiter, they hit a button and it does the speed limit for them? Or is it like NASCAR where they actually have to manage the throttle and the brake in the pits? Oh, so I guess someone was saying that they have a pit limiter? Okay. It seems like Reynolds is having some problems. They just said on the TV clutch or certain 40 kilometers an hour, says Gerard, for the pit limiter. Lynn says that SVG predicted that Randall would win. Well, Randall's winning. He's led every lap of this race. He got the lead in turn 1. He hasn't looked back. I mean, Cam Waters hasn't quite like gone away, but you know, he's also not close. You know, it's a second and a half, which, you know, one mistake from Randall, and you know, Waters is there. But oh my goodness, no! The pink car is about to pass the yellow car. There was a pass happening, and it decided to buffer. Well, that was disappointing. Anyways, we got a car in the garage. Looks like it's Reynolds. I do wish, my one thing, is that they only have 2 colors up here for the numbers. I wish they would do different colors for each team. So like the pink cars have pink numbers. The red cars have red numbers, so I could tell who they are. Because I gotta like squint and read all the numbers. Oh, speaking of, the red Chevy just made contact with the red Ford. I don't know who that is. I don't know what position that is. But they are. Oh, get under him, man. Daco, Ned Whiskey, and Bat. Oh wait, nope. That is a sponsor. Love versus Evans. They're going a little crazy on each other. Sounded weird. It's late at night, folks. Are you watching live or just live timing? Pete, so the situation is, for legal reasons, I cannot show the actual race, but I got on my monitor, I got the race and I'm watching it. Like right now I can see, I think it's Evans and Love fighting for position. They're showing Reynolds in the garage. But I can only show you the live timing. So I don't know where I am on the screen. Somewhere over here or over here is the live timing. That's what you get to see. If you actually want to watch the race, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, I think you can watch it on TV. If you're from somewhere else, you have to get SuperView. It's a subscription. I got it. It was actually a really reasonable price for what they offer. Gotta admit. So far it's been worth it. I'm enjoying my time here. I also am kind of clueless to what's going on, but in a good way. It's an exciting clueless. All numbers yellow apart from leader. Leader is purple. No, I mean like the car numbers, like the 55, the 6, the 19, the 17, the 11, the 7, the 2 are blue, which my guess is that means Ford. And then the yellow, I'm assuming, means Chevy. And that's Feeney, Brown, Kostecki, Heimgartner, Percat, Golding, Winterbottom, as someone is sending it. Oh, that's cool. They got a little fuel chart. How many liters of gas you got left? Your last pit stop. So Hill pitted on lap 9. Pascal on 18. Mostert on 20. Hey, BP, they got a few gas stations out east of where I live. I mean, when I say out east, I don't mean like a few miles. I mean a few states, which is like 1,000 miles. Blue Ford. Kaio are free to air in Australia. Okay, yeah. I had to read through all that when I was trying to get the supercars so I could watch it. I figured that out last night. Watched practice. Had a good time. But it's still the same situation in terms of the championship leaders. It does look like Feeney's pulled a little bit away. Ooh, interviewing driver in car. So Reynolds, they're interviewing him in the car, and he said essentially he made contact with someone. It messed up his car in a sense. And then he hit a curb, and there was a bang, and then his car just started to not drive well. So he had to come into the garage. It looks like... Oh, Feeney's in the pits. Feeney is in the pit. Major championship implications here, ladies and gentlemen, I think. Let's see how this goes. Oh, they got the pit reporter out there in the pits with him. Okay. 5.5. Is that a quick pit stop? A 5.5 second pit stop? Toyota joining in 2026. Yeah, I remember when that report came out because I follow all the supercars pages now because of SVG and whatnot. And then obviously, you know, Brown, Kostecki, Waters have all been over here. Oh, the lead's down 3/4 of a second. Well, it was. I guess Randall's about to pit. Spoiler alert. Looks like the Adelaide 500 organization is going after Kyle Larson and Joey Logano next year. Hey, those are two really good drivers. I will say Logano's road record is not as good as Larson's, but he's still a really talented driver, really good driver. It'd be really cool to see him over there. If Feeney wins both races, Brown can finish 14th and 15th and still win the championship. So it's not quite over, but it's essentially over is what I'm seeing. If I'm reading into that correctly. Larko, the pit reporter, is a legend. Yeah, he was just walking casually like nothing's going on. Like he owned the place, walking down pit road. You booked tickets to Atlanta and Sonoma. Hey, Nate Gravy. Have a great time. Atlanta. I went to that fall race this year. I've went to a couple races there. I will say it's weird having it as a super speedway, but it is an entertaining style of racing. I cannot deny it. Can't deny it. It's a fun track. I've never been to Sonoma, though. Chicago, okay, I've never been there either. So I hope you have a good time. I hope you enjoy it because it's really fun going to a NASCAR race, wherever it may be. But no, those are three really good tracks. Sonoma's a classic NASCAR road course. Chicago's obviously pretty new, but it's provided two great races, if you ask me. And Atlanta has been on fire recently. But in terms of the racing product, which that's what's even more exciting. But yeah, we got to wait a bit for 2025. Wait till February. Cam Waters is waiting for fuel. I think that's Cam Waters, yeah. Brody Kostecki's winning after the pit cycle. Oh, Feeney. Feeney just jumped up into the lead after the first pit cycle. Wow. So that's going to be a new leader once Kostecki pits. I mean, I know you just said that, you know, he's got to beat Will Brown by 15 positions per race or something, but that's kind of a big deal, I feel like. Where there's delusion, there's hope, you know. Who is this? Is this Brown or Feeney?
Down the right-hand side of the car, and a wheel nut on the run in the background. I think that's Feeney. I'm sorry, I stuttered you there.
Oh, it's Feeney's pit stop.
Feeney.
Loose lug nut. Oh, oh! What are you doing, Red Bull? You're fighting for a championship. Don't be dive bombing someone and hurting yourself. I get you got to make your passes and whatnot, but ooh, calm yourself. A good Supercars podcast is Apex Hunters United, a bit like stacking pennies. How many teams are in Supercars? Oh, David, I have no idea. I can name probably 4 of them. Shell, V-Power, Tickford, Ampol, Pizza Hut. That's probably not what the team's called. And then Erebus. There you go. There's a few of them. The next round of pit stops will be longer. I'm assuming they got to stop for more fuel. Yeah, fuel's kind of important there. Feeney on a charge at the moment. Yeah, I mean, he jumped everyone in the pits. Oh, we got a spinner. DeWalt, someone just got dumped. The DeWalt car has been dumped. He just said he got drilled. Yeah, you got drilled, my man. And they got that live camera shot. Good job, camera crew. Let's see the replay. Yeah, there. Okay, here we go. Oh! Let's see. Yeah, you just got dumped, buddy. Well, that's tough for that guy. I don't know who that was. They got to. I will say, I wish the numbers were bigger on the car so I could tell who it is quicker. But then again, I just haven't been watching long enough, so that's probably why I don't know. God, that first chicane is insane.
Well, it's also music to Cooper Murray's ears that Mark Winterbottom won't be on the grid at the start of
Lap 31 of 78. Please live stream tomorrow. This is awesome. Oh, I plan on it. We are live streaming for both races this weekend. Do not worry.
Talk to Frosty about that one later on, because he won't be very happy.
We're having fun all weekend.
It's Will Brown now, so this is the stop we were talking about. Look at the amount of lock he had on there. Huge amount of left lock, so he's actually skated into position. That cost probably a little bit of time just for everything to be,
Who is that?
squared up.
One of the Red Bulls had a slow right front. Will Brown, championship leader. Apologies.
In the business of just negotiating the inbound run off the track and into the pit lane, negotiating that congestion in the pit lane itself, arriving exactly on the spot and then departing and integrating. All of that contributes to the result. It's very hard to manage that stuff under pressure.
Did you see Gold Coast chicane? That is next level. If you're talking about the opening chicane, that opening chicane is crazy.
No real surprise. See on screen there at the moment that
With the curbs, it's a high-speed chicane. If you're talking about another chicane, I'm sure I've seen it. I just don't know which one that is. Back straight. Oh, is that the wide where it gets like super wide for a bit and goes into a hairpin? Or am I thinking of something else?
from a setup viewpoint, unfortunately this weekend.
We'll see. I should really get a track map up here.
Make pace. Just tucked in behind Chaz Mostert there at the moment. Mostert took on a little bit more fuel in his stop. Sort of running
Back straight at Gold Coast.
so these are our numbers.
I love the digital ads.
The stewards have imposed a 15-second time penalty to car 9 for a driving infringement.
Someone just got a 15-second penalty.
And he's got
Quote, driving infringement. Is that the guy who dumped someone else?
a sportsmanship flag I can see being shown just outside the commentary box here.
I would guess.
There was one for Tim Slade previous lap that hasn't been coming up on our timing monitor, and that's probably for, I'd say, clobbering too much curve at turn two. Yeah. But to your point before, I think the Will Brown one, because they had the drama with the left front, they just kept on filling that one.
Isn't that the guy who just
So they've just basically said, like,
dumped
we'll make
someone?
sure to start
No.
later. That's right. If you're delayed, you may as well keep the fuel coming in. Single point.
Okay.
With that Crontek device that's new to the Gen 3 cars last year, both fuels and vents.
Ayoshi says, what's your thought on the quality of the coverage, especially the timing totem on the left? Feel like the coverage is better in supercars, but the racing is more exciting in NASCAR. No, I've enjoyed the coverage. I really like the commentators. It's a fun product so far. As I said, the only thing that I wish was more was there were more colors on the card numbers so I could tell who's who on the track, and I'm not like squinting to look at the numbers on the cars and then looking at the leaderboard and being all confused. It's my first time ever watching a supercars race, and I only know about 5 of these guys, so
So yeah, that's a really good pickup. And there's nothing on our paperwork or within the system.
Feeney has a massive gap. I wonder if he's short fill. Oh my god, I haven't even looked at that yet. He's got an almost 3-second lead. Good god. But yeah, if he's got to stop for extra fuel, you got to build that gap now. Get that gap so you can, when they eventually, not short pit, but when they have a shorter pit stop. Oh, my lord. Someone just like, oh my god. Who's ahead of most? Percat. He just obliterated a curb. And he got passed. And now he's getting passed again. And he might get passed again. All right, he's lost 2 positions in the last 4 corners. Well, it's not over yet. Okay, he saved himself. He only lost 1. I spoke too soon. My bad. My bad. Cooper Murray keen to pass. It's nice to not have commercial. Oh my goodness, let me tell you. It's my biggest complaint. I get that these TV networks, they need their money. And I'm very thankful that they broadcast NASCAR because, you know, they're a major difference. But, whew, they really hit those commercials hard, man. F1 doesn't have commercials. This doesn't have commercials. But we got to have commercials in NASCAR every 10 laps.
A little move at turn 14, which then
Aye, 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 as they say.
successful, but his move at turn 4 was very well done. James Courtney's just been added to the list of those that have been given a warning about exceeding track limits.
Imagine the Bathurst 1000 full race goes without ads. Dude, do you know what I would give to see the Daytona 500? That's our big race. So you guys got the Bathurst 1000. We got the Daytona 500. If I could get the Daytona 500 without ads, I would be so happy.
There's been a bunch of people that have been getting those warnings.
No playoff format. Oof. Yeah. Supercars getting playoffs next year, so you guys have fun with that. I'm not having fun over here with it, so
Don't, you get penalised.
I hate to get so negative here, but just saying.
In the race,
All right, so now after the pit cycle, everything's kind of sorted itself out. It spread itself out. Feeney has a big gap to Randall. Randall has about a second and a half on Waters. Waters has 5 seconds on Payne. Payne has 3 seconds on Will Brown, and then it's just
playing going on with what the
all the way. Okay, let's come over here.
and then that corrects
Let's
itself.
go all the way to last. Okay, those guys are they're left now. That guy's a minute 15 behind. So there you go. I guess I could show the entire thing and stop blocking. I didn't realize I was blocking. X on the ad. They're gonna come back, but there you got a few seconds of freedom from the ad.
For exceed track limits.
Be free.
So now that's Matt Payne. You can hear it on the race management channel in the background. And out goes the flag at the starting and finishing line. I think it'll be a fair club this afternoon. Yeah, and
Let's see here. You have to give props to the commentators for going full race. It's funny watching from New Zealand. We see the full NASCAR races just with no commentary during your hats. Yeah, no, it's
they don't publish what they
I remember that F1 race in Spa 2021.
once you
It was so impressive that they had to keep talking for I can't remember. It was like 4 hours. They had to sit around and wait for that race to end.
hammering through there.
And I was so impressed with the commentators because there was no awkward pauses, no awkward moments. They just kept talking about the racing, kept on talking about the ongoing championship fight.
Jack Bell, engineer there for
And then every once in a while in NASCAR race, it's like they get back from the ads and it's like, oh yeah, we're back. What do we say? What do we say? What do we say? Oh, welcome back to the Daytona 500, to the Brickyard 400. And it's like,
probably pretty good
I mean, it's not always the commentator's fault. Sometimes they get cued too late, but
in the middle of this race.
when you don't have ads, you don't really have that problem. So
You've got to behave yourself for the day.
Cam took more fuel, so that's why he lost all that gap, I guess.
Sometimes this is not necessarily a driving
Well, that means he
choice.
could push harder, surely, right?
Drive down there and you've got things locked up
I
and you're
would think.
trying to make lap time and you're in a battle with someone.
Emphasis on
Sometimes you're
think.
off the rear wing of the preceding car and you don't actually have ideal
Okay, here's my next question. Do the drivers get to pick their numbers like in F1, or is it like team numbers in NASCAR where a team has a number and, you know, technically the sport owns the numbers, but the teams, they have to get them approved and whatnot? Like where you, in NASCAR, if I say 24, everyone will think Hendrick Motorsports. If I say number 2, you'll think Penske. But in F1, if I go and say a number, like if I say number 44, you'll think Lewis Hamilton, but you're not going to think Mercedes because Lewis is taking that 44 with him to Ferrari. I think, unless he just randomly gets motivated to change numbers. But if I say 33, you think Max Verstappen. If I say 4, Lando Norris, all that. Technically, yes, a bit of both, I think. Oh, okay, well. Looks like Cam Waters is trying his best to close in on Randall. It's about a second and a half, but Feeney's still pulling away from Randall. It's about 3.3. I like the G-Force tracker. That's a nice little... I always like G-Forces. That's always fascinating to me. I couldn't tell you exactly all the little scientific details about it, but it's fascinating.
So it was interesting over the radio that there weren't really
SVG took the number 97 with him between teams. The only restriction is for number 1. Number 1, I'm assuming, is the world champion, or in this case, the Australian champion. Gets to take it.
car 9's been given
Oh, the 9 car got a 15-second penalty. Who's number 9?
He's having a challenging afternoon, isn't he? So there was the
Murray. What did Murray do? He's like 7 laps. Or that's 7th position. Murray. Murray's 6 laps down. Why are you penalizing him more?
start finish line and
He's already had a bad day. Just let it go.
turn 7. Aaron Love's having a busy afternoon.
Last year's champion gets to opt to take it out. So that's, once again, kind of similar to F1. Because Kostecki's number 1 because he won the championship last year. Okay, so just going to do some math here. 2023, Brody Kostecki goes and races in NASCAR. 2023, Brody Kostecki wins the Supercars Championship. 2024, Will Brown makes a start in NASCAR. 2024, Will Brown, Supercars Champion. I'm just saying, if you want to win the Supercars Championship, you got to come over to NASCAR and make starts. That's about the only way you can guarantee it. Just saying. I'm just saying. The only time SVG used number 1 was the last time he raced for Holden. Or was the last time Holden raced, I believe. Interesting. We have reached the halfway point of this race. Brock Feeney, is your leader. He has about a 3.5 second lead over Randall. And Randall has a little bit over a second over Cam Waters. Randall led for the whole first cycle of this race. And it's expected. I think that Feeney took a little bit less fuel, so he was able to jump. He went from 3rd to 1st, and they're actually breaking it down now. I should really shut up and listen.
Bring Brown into the picture, right? Brown put 38 litres in, right? She's only going to put 12 seconds, so you can see there's a 5-second difference.
Oh, wow.
But he's 11 seconds behind. So that's game over for me in terms of Brown beating Feeney. Where it gets interesting is when you bring, as you're saying...
Of course. It's now buffering. They were talking about the fuel cycles, Brown and Feeney, the difference in their fuel cycle.
And the gap is 3.6. Now, I've been watching this gap open up, because if you're going to play the card...
They're saying it's about 17 seconds of fuel that Feeney's going to need.
Make hay. That's what he's got to do to open up that gap to get safety. Exactly. Well explained.
They're saying that Randall's got to still close the gap a little bit more in order to really have a shot at this race, or at least to make it competitive, be close. So we'll see. We'll see how this thing goes. It looks like it could come down to the wire. There could be some strategy play in this thing. How much fuel you take, how many seconds of fuel. It's going to be... It seems like it's going to be a gap, about how big of a gap Feeney can build, just from what I'm picking up here. If he can pick up a good gap here. And then, yeah, David brings up a good point. What if there's a yellow? What if there's a crash? What if someone, you know, like qualifying, hits the wall, collects a couple other cars, and... Will Brown needs the least amount of fuel in the top 5. Yeah, they said he only needs 12 seconds, I think. 1 water bottle down. 1 more. Stay hydrated, kids. Oh, we got a car off. 26. 26. Who's 26? That's a 20. 26 isn't even. Oh, he got it out of there. Good for him. Wood. He's scattering gravel all over the racetrack, but good for you, Wood. Way to go. He's still scattering gravel. He's 4 turns away, but he got in the dirt. I thought it was over. Not the race, but I thought that his day was over. Oh, what in the world? Cam Waters is right on Randall's tail. Ooh, this could get exciting here. Wow. He has closed a lot. He's closed like almost a second in the last 5 laps. Waters is there. He is on him. So busy on watching that guy wreck. All right, is Waters going to get him? Can't you do pole? I think you can do poles in this thing. How do you do that? Okay, maybe I got to do it over here. Let's see. Engage with your audience. Oh, start a poll. Oh, let's go. Will Cam Waters pass Randall next
5 seconds difference in
3
their pulling.
laps?
The margin between them on the racetrack at the moment is 11 seconds, 11.7. Yeah. So that's the equation that we need to keep an eye on here.
All right, there you go. I've put up a poll.
And he's now ranging up much
Let's
closer
see if
to
this
his
works.
teammate.
Can you see it? Does the poll work? This is my first time ever putting up a poll here.
So he's been slow
This is
to
so
draw
exciting.
those millimeters.
I'm learning so much about YouTube. 100% say yes. I don't know how many people clicked yes, but
Generally a little bit more cloud cover out
Roy Clark says yes. David says yes. Oh, yes is down to 92%.
National teams, bad sportsmanship flag to car 9 for disobeying blue flags.
Uh-oh. 9 car disobeyed blue flag. Stop being so mean to Murray. He's having a bad enough day as is.
probably better than not being in the race car at all, but yeah.
All right, so 41. Lap 41 is when I sent out that poll. So by lap 44,
Also, there's an outstanding
by lap 44, if Cam Waters isn't by,
for too much use of
93% of you
seeing those limits down to turn 2. Cam Hill comes in
are
for
wrong.
the second stop.
So I think what's really important now, and you've been relaying the differences in the fuel strategies between the two teams, because effectively two teams battling for this right now, plus Matt Payne. But they're going to have to make a call on this. They have to make a call between what's going on with Cam Waters and Randall, because if they're going to win this afternoon, they don't need to get involved in their own race or their own battle. Chad?
Well, Neil, Mark, let's check in with how this race has played out. If you've made your way to the TV.
The phone call is coming. I don't know whose phone call is coming. Oh, they're showing the early race start. Randall getting the lead off the bat.
Matt Payne snuck his car into third ahead of both of the Red Bulls. Championship fight playing out this weekend. Chaz Mossad started from pit lane, had a clutch drummer, had to work his way out and into that pack. The Bulls got ahead of Matt Payne, and at that point it looked like it would be enough for Brock Feeney to win the championship. Sorry, for Will Brown to win that championship today. Further back, plenty of action going on. The Erebus drivers were hard at it in that mid-pack madness, which included Cooper Murray subbing in today. The big strategy play in this race has been Brock Feeney short-filling the car.
Yeah, they're talking about Brock Feeney, who's now opened a 5-second gap, by the way.
Oh, they're running out of time to figure it out.
Good question.
A 5-second gap. Is that enough? Is 5 seconds enough?
And then it's Randall and Waters.
Imagine NASCAR racing on the streets of Adelaide. Okay, Denver, you bring up a great point, because that's another thing I thought about yesterday. I'm watching the racing, or the practice, and I'm thinking, how would NASCAR race here? As it's happening again. It's happening again. Murray is his right front fender is flopping up again. Oh my God. I feel bad for this guy, man. He can't have anything go his way. His right front fender is flapping all over the place. He's gotten like 3 penalties. He's already 6.5 laps down. Just give the guy a break. Just give him a break. Just give him some. I'm rooting for this guy tomorrow. Oh, poor guy. Uh-oh. Bad news. It's lap 45, and Cam Waters has not passed Randall. So, let's see. 89% of you were wrong. The 11% who said no, congratulations. Oh my God. They're fixing the car. Oh, poor Murray. Oh no, he's been demoted to last. Oh, Murray, my guy, I'm rooting for you tomorrow. Just simply because you've had a hellish day today. Tomorrow we're getting on here, we're rooting for Murray. And the NASCAR guys. I'm always going to root for the NASCAR guys. But that's unfortunate.
And sends him on his way. So here's that margin that we spoke about between Randall and Waters, second and third at the moment. The other thing that happens in that process while you're trying to just
Bad
drag him back.
sportsmanship flag to car 25 for exceeding track limits.
Bad sportsmanship, track limits.
So as Cam's
I didn't realize track limits were bad sportsmanship. It's kind of funny that they call it that.
he's got on as well. So a little bit of the return you get early, you sort of pay a price.
Yeah, no, NASCAR at Adelaide would be crazy. And I think it's purely because of that first chicane. That first chicane would have so much chaos and so much stupidity in NASCAR. But I think every other part of this track would be fun. The final hairpin, all the 90-degree turns, the long back straight heading into a heavy braking zone. I think this would be a really fun track for NASCAR. Because the only other tracks I know in Australia, Melbourne, where the Australian Grand Prix is, and then, oh, Waters past Randall. And then Bathurst. Duh. So that's about the only three I know. But all right, here's the replay. Cam Waters. How did he get past? He just pulled over. Oh, that's boring. Is that team orders? Team orders. Look, guys, I know you got your own style of racing and team orders are normal and whatnot, but I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of team orders. I will never be a fan of team orders. That's just how I feel. That's how I'll always feel. It's just not my thing. Team orders are not my thing. Murray's a young driver. He starts full-time next year. Hey, man, he's having a rough day. I just hope he doesn't finish last. I hope he can catch up to Reynolds. Come on. Let's go, Murray. Don't forget the Wall of Heroes, turn 8. I'll do my best to... Is that... Okay, that they just showed it. Now I know what you're talking about, Denver. You said turn 8, the Wall of Champions on the back. I just saw it. I just saw it. They just showed it. Oh, someone's on the back of the Red Bull. Is that Brown? Is that Brown or Feeney? Feeney's got a 6-second gap. Let's see. Brown. Brown's got a big gap too. I'm so confused. They're right on his butt. Oh, they're talking about the gap from Brown to Feeney. Is it possible? So Feeney has 12 seconds on Brown. Is that really achievable for Will Brown? Is that... There's no way, right? No way.
And Will Brown's 1.5 seconds behind Matt Payne, so probably in that zone where temperature could be affecting him as Ryan Wood makes his second stop.
No, it's not possible, says Roy. They're fueling up the Mobil 1 car. Who's it? Wood. Wood's getting some fuel topping off. I guess they're trying to make it to the end. It's about 30 to go here. I'm not sure what position Will has to finish to lock up the championship today. Someone said he for sure gets it if he finishes ahead, so we got that much going for us in terms of the math department. You guys remember I tried to do math on Monday. It did not go well. So, yeah, math, not my thing. Cam Waters is chopping back. It was 6 seconds. Cam Waters is closing in. I mean, okay, look. We're talking about 6 seconds down to 5 seconds, okay? It's not... At this exact moment, no, it's not a big difference. But in the overall play of the race, because Feeney needs some more fuel, this time is critical for Cam Waters. And he's got a lap car all on his tail. Probably has fresher tires. Man, be careful there. It's the Wall of Heroes. They just showed the wall of heroes.
Challenge at this time of day after we've got,
I feel so educated now. I can say this and actually kind of know what I'm talking about. But it's like 4 things. Other than that, I'm pretty lost. Everyone needs fuel and tires. I mean, no, yeah, they said earlier. Someone in the live stream earlier said that it's a mandatory 2-stopper.
Mechanical black flag, car 9.
Dude, oh my goodness, stop. They are bullying Murray. They are bullying Murray. They just said another mechanical black flag. I mean, what did Murray do to them? Okay, I get. Okay, never mind. His right front fender is flopping again. Okay. Can't they just chop it off? Can they just chop off the fender and stop taping it down? And NASCAR, this is where they get the giant saw and they just saw off the fender. Like, tape's not saving that, buddy. Tape is not saving your day. You got to get the big saw and just chop that piece of metal off. Okay, or not. Or not. Just keep taping, sure. Who cares? It's air. But it's Murray. It's Murray. I just feel bad for Murray at this point. One yellow flag could change it all. I think that's the story of racing. One yellow flag. That's all it takes. It's like a NASCAR commentator. I think it's Larry McReynolds. Anytime a caution would come out during a pit cycle or with like under 20 to go, he would say, and that changes everything. It's the story of racing. Oh, Randall's in the pits. I like how he has his hazards on. I don't know if that's like a rule or something, but he's got his hazards on. All right. 28 to go. We got our first leader in the pits. Fill that thing up on fuel. 16.6, second pit stop. All right, let's see here.
So for Ford fans, we were posing the question.
So, Randall comes out in 10th place. He's made his pit stops now. He's the first of the leaders. Let's see if he can make anything. Let's see if he jumps over Cam Waters, maybe. I mean, he did just pull over for Cam Waters, though. I don't know. Or if Cam Waters, if he pits before Feeney, because Feeney's got to make a longer pit stop. Unless he can stretch the fuel longer, I guess. That would... There's Cam. Cam's in the pits. Tickford should look at some Keselowski liveries. The Castrol livery. Yeah. No, Brad Keselowski won in a throwback. The Castrol throwback at Darlington. That was a really cool paint livery. Apologies. We call them paint schemes over here. And I'm always bad at remembering that I'm talking to people who call them liveries. 12.8 for Cam. So he was about almost 4 seconds quicker in the pits. But he was already ahead. So he should come out. I mean, yeah. I mean, Randall's barely out of the last turn as Cam Waters is exiting the pit. So it looks like it's going to be Waters versus Feeney. But Feeney's got to stop longer. I guess we're about to see. When's Feeney going to pit? Hazards show that the limiter is working. Hey, as I said, I don't know much about supercars, but my first instinct was to laugh because I thought it was funny. But thank you for the note. Mad Law Photos by Rodney Law. Oh. Here's Feeney in the pits. This could be the race. Maybe. Guess we'll see, but we'll see how long. So Waters was a 12.8 pit stop. I think Feeney had a little bit over a 5-second lead at the beginning of this thing. Waters is coming up to the final turn, maybe. Yep. 15, 16. About a 17-second pit stop. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like that Feeney's going to come out. Yep. But it's not. It's not. It's a pretty close gap. So Feeney came out ahead, but Waters is coming. He's got the fresh tires. He's got them all warmed up. I don't know how long these tires take to warm up, but this could get exciting here. Feeney and Waters, it's only a half second right now. There's 25 to go for those who are curious. I guess it says it up there. You can see that. Feeney's warming up the tires. It's time for our next pole.
And even balance-wise, there might be a bit of a story in that. So for Feeney, he'll just try now.
Oh, he's on his tail.
Don't use this thing up too hard on the opening lap of this, because Cam Waters has got tyre pressure and temperature already up.
Matt Payne from the lead and Will Brown now their final stops of the day.
Try and start a pole. Does Cam Waters pass? Is it Brock? Brock Feeney? Brock? I'm just going to put Feeney. Not even going to try to guess. Just, I don't want to. We got a new poll. Everyone make sure to get your votes in. Go vote for the poll. Does Cam Waters pass Feeney here? Kostecki's currently leading. Once again, staying out long like he did the first cycle. Lead some laps. Get some stat padding in. I don't think that's actually the reason they're doing it, but just in case. 75% of the people think that Cam Waters is going to pass Feeney. Feeney's pulled the gap a little bit. Waters was right there. I'm curious how much of that one lap difference in the tires is going to make. I don't know how much the tires get eaten here. Someone earlier said it's not that much. But maybe Waters is saving something for later in the race. I don't know. Only 70% say yes. SVG should break out Holden Racing Team livery next year in Darlington Retro Round. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they'll do another throwback to Australia or New Zealand maybe, or if they'll do a throwback to a former driver of the NASCAR 88, whether it's Dale Jr., whether it's Dale Jarrett, Alex Bowman. I don't think they'd actually do that, but it'd be fun. At what point do you tell Cooper Murray to come in and park it? Got a feeling they're going to have to throw out the road spike. Murray is trying his best, Stafford. He has had his right front fender flap up in the wind like a bird about 5 times this race. He has had about 3 penalties. And something else that I'm forgetting. It has been a bad day for him. Give him a break. We are rooting for Murray to not finish last today, and tomorrow we root for Murray victory. Might be a long shot, but, you know. Let me dream. Anyways. Yeah, Feeney has now extended that gap to 1.8 seconds. So, I suddenly feel less optimistic about Cam Waters making this something here, but, you know. But Will Brown's all over Randall. Do you guys do podiums in supercars? I think you do. I think you do podiums. So this is for a podium spot here. Will Brown's right on his bumper. He's there. I mean, he's not there, but he's there. Oh. Will Brown just ran the fastest lap. Oh, not quite there to make the pass. Oh.
So pretty profound, very important few laps here.
Sportsmanship flag to car 6 for exceeding track limits.
So car 6, Cam Waters just been warned. And that's
That's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Cam Waters just got track limits warning. But they said if Will Brown makes the pass here, that's the championship.
So Brown's having a stiff here. It's a critical maneuver.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that there. You can't do that at the Wall of Heroes. Can't make that pass. No, no, no. Oh, 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 oh. Will Brown looked. He looked. This is this is championship determining stuff right here. And it's a real championship. Wow. So, real championship format, I should say. Will we see a Red Bull livery next year with SVG or Connor Zilich? That would be cool. I hope they do. I can't guarantee it, but it'd be cool. Oh, you're not making it. Oh, you're not making that pass in the first chicane, man. Just back up. God, those curbs are so intense. All right, let's see where he makes the move. Not quite. Randall's not playing that aggressive defense. He's just doing enough to hold him off. Will Brown's like annihilating the curbs, trying to make something. Oh! They got the in-car camera going. It looked like he was about to send it. Let's see here.
Size him up down here at turn 9. This is 8 that they're on the approach to.
What you've got to be careful of is not to make a mistake there at 8.
Here we go.
Oh, he's going for it.
Showed his nose down there last time.
He got it. Wow. Will Brown third.
At the apex, all through the staircase, through 4, 5, 6.
Or technically fourth for now, but it will be third in the future.
Noticeably so, Will Brown. Like
This could be the championship.
Thomas Randall.
That's what they said, at least.
And it was cool to just stay on board with him there to understand what he was able to achieve. So
He's going to try. Well,
Brody Kostecki still leads the race. He's only done 1 stop.
you tried. You tried, Randall. Randall went from leading this race in second, third, and now he's not even going to get a podium. Unless we get a caution. Caution could make this kind of crazy, I guess.
Might seem at the end of the race was the word that he was just given over the radio.
Oh, we're 13 minutes into Saturday here in the US of A. 12:13 a.m.
All that stuff with Thomas, because you're placing an enormous faith in the other competitor that nothing goes wrong there because you find yourself in strife. But he's programmed to be a racer. And that's what he's done. He's come from a long way back there. And that's a nice move. Diagonal. Thomas saw him coming. He made his apex. No evidence of brake locking. Was able to make a good pass.
Did you hear the rumors about NASCAR might copy Supercars playoff formats for next year? No, I did not hear that rumor. If there are changes to the NASCAR playoff format next year, it would be a minor change, like, because they have everything promoted already. They have a championship race. They have the playoff schedule, so they can't change the full idea next year. If there were any massive wholesale changes, it would happen in 2026. But I know Supercars is doing some sort of playoffs. I just don't really know the format, but I just don't like playoffs in motorsports. So is Payne in this mix? Oh yeah. Oh my, yeah. Payne is in this. Man, poor Randall. He went from leading this race, and now he's gonna fall all the way to 5th. Well, that's unfortunate for him. I mean, he could hold. He's got to hold him off for 20 laps, though. So that's unfortunate, but you know, that's how it goes in racing. So.
Keep an eye on this battle between Thomas Randall and Matt Payne, but I walked into the Tickford garage just to confirm that the right tyres did go back on Cam Waters' car at the pit stop. I heard that radio chat. Here comes Matt Payne.
Oh, here we go. Pass for 4th. Oh, he tried to cross him over. Payne's back to 5th. Okay. Payne. Or Randall's in 5th. He's got about 17 seconds on Kostecki, and Kostecki's got fresher tires. Can Kostecki catch up to Randall? Because Kostecki's got a little bit fresher tires. And Brock Feeney's kind of running away with this thing. So,
Ryan Wood, nice run so far in the top 10.
all right, championship points. If the results were to hold, Will Brown would have a 159-point championship lead over Brock Feeney. That's enough to win the championship, right?
So Feeney, 3.5 seconds up the road. Cam Waters. There's the gaps that you can see. Another 4.8 seconds back to Will Brown. Another 1.9 seconds back to Matt Payne. And a second back to Thomas Randall. That's your top 5. So that weight that we gave you just there just picks up on those gaps with all the
19 to go.
And that's essentially first.
Let's see, what's that gap down to? And it's still about 17. Should that be our next poll? I like doing this poll thing. I'm having way too much fun with it. I also keep forgetting I can't do it on my iPod phone. Does Will Brown pass Waters? That gap's about 4 seconds. Let's check on this. Hey, my battery's only down at 56. That's not too bad. It's not completely cooked. I need to do this for NASCAR next year. Cup Series depends on the race. Xfinity or trucks, it would definitely get me more involved with those two. So maybe something like this for Xfinity or trucks. Maybe not every week, but maybe every once in a while. Just, when I, just feel like it, I guess. But no, I'm having a great time. This race has had its exciting moments. It's not too bad. It's nice to learn something new, watch something new. Championship implications. Poor Murray, sitting back there in 24th still. Reynolds, get off the track for like 2 laps and just give Murray the position. He's had a rough day. But no, it's exciting. I'm curious to see Will Brown, if he clinched the championship, see the trophy presentation and see the burnout. I love a good burnout. I hope he does a cool burnout. Like when we watched those SVG highlights a couple months ago, that'd be really cool. I really want to see that. I want to see a cool burnout today. Hardest thing for us next year is watching races on Monday morning. Xfinity was Sunday hour time. That's one of the bad things about Shane Van Gisbergen getting promoted to the Cup Series is races for you guys are going to be on Monday, and then when you guys have to deal with rain delays, it's going to be like Tuesday in the middle of the night. It's going to be like 3 a.m. on Tuesdays for some of you guys. Oof, you're going to have to hope that every race starts on time, which I guarantee you that will not happen. So the rain delays, that's going to hurt you the most.
Yeah, guys, I thought I'd just come down to Walkinshaw and Ready United and ask Carl Foe if he could give me a bit of information on the cabin temperatures in the car, and they provided that information. So the drivers are dealing with 51 degrees cabin temperature, and they've also got 58 degrees on the pedals and the footwell.
51 degrees? What's that in Fahrenheit? They said in the car is 51 degrees. Oh yeah, you weren't kidding. Will Brown is closing in on Cam Waters. It's down to 2.5 seconds. It was over 4 seconds earlier. Wow. Because, yeah, it's summer down there in Australia. See, we're the opposite. It's winter. The temperature's going down, which I love. I love cold weather. It's very contrary to many people who live around here. I love the cold. They love the heat. But what are you going to do? But no, you were not kidding. It's less than 2 seconds. Yeah, Will Brown's going to catch Cam Waters and potentially make this a 1-2 for Red Bull. Kostecki really hasn't made that much progress on Randall. It's only about 16 seconds, so wow. All right. I was looking at the wrong battle. You guys were, because you know what you're talking about because you watch Supercars. So yeah, we'll see. 124 Fahrenheit. Good God. Kostecki had pace, but an odd strategy. That sounds like another team. Sounds like another team I'm familiar with. They have a horse as their logo. You know, they got some red in their car. They're known for their brilliant strategies, like this year, when they put wet weather tires on in the dry. Anyone know who I'm talking about? If not, it's okay. It's okay. I know who I'm talking about. I'm going crazy here. Okay, next question. I should have done my research on this. Does everyone get points, or is it like F1 where the top 10 get points and everyone else it's tough luck?
It's been a relatively quiet race, which I didn't expect to be the case, particularly based on what we saw.
Race has been pretty average. I mean, no, I had no idea what to expect, honestly. But no, I've had a good time. I think mainly because I'm trying to learn something new here. Whenever I try to learn something new, I actually care about it. I usually get pretty excited. I usually get pretty hyped. I was sitting around all day waiting for this. So it's down to half a second between Cam and Will Brown. I mean, I don't know what the etiquette is. Like, is Cam Waters really going to fight that hard against a championship contender, or is he going to not necessarily lay over, but is he going to play nice? Like, if Will Brown makes a dive down the inside that's reasonable, is he just going to give him the space, try to cross him over? And if he doesn't, oh, well, tough. We tried. I guess I can end that poll because that poll is, like, very irrelevant. 21 votes. Very. Wait, time out. 52% of you said yes, Cam Waters was going to pass Feeney, but 47 said no. What happened to the other 1%? Only 99% of people voted. 1% of the votes. Just up in the air, nowhere. All right. Anyways, Rodney Law says no playing nice. Well, that should make this exciting. Because Waters, no room for error here. Will Brown's right there. Two NASCAR legends fighting for second place in the Australian Supercars. Adelaide 500, race number 1. Not going to be able to get him there into turn 9. Oh, Waters looked like he slipped there, but not slipped enough. Let's see here. What can he do? Is he going to get him in the last hairpin? No, can't quite. You can't pass him into turn 1 unless you're ahead. So I guess maybe turn 4. If Cam Waters doesn't have a good chicane here, maybe turn 4. Oh, Will Brown looked like he clipped the barrier there. No, he's not going to get in turn 4. Not turn 5. 6. He's going to get it in 6 here. Yep, he's sending it. What's this camera work? They made the pass, but we had to like look at the rear bumper cam of the car that was already passed. I would like to see a replay of that pass, please. Please, Supercars, show me the pass. Okay, we got a quick replay. We're good here. All right, here's the helicopter. Yeah, so we could see it coming. And yeah, Cam Waters, he didn't exactly like fully surrender and just let him go, but you know, he respected him. He respected him and said, "All right, you're better. It's not worth wrecking us out for this thing. Let's just both go home and get our podiums." But Will Brown up to second place, 8.3 behind his teammate, looking to lock up the championship. Get a big old trophy out of this thing, baby. It's Fox. Oh, boy. Don't get into a Fox discussion with NASCAR fans. That'll trigger them. Everyone on NASCAR Twitter hates Fox. I don't think they're that bad, but NASCAR Twitter overreacts to everything. So, Cam Waters hasn't run away yet, or he hasn't given up yet. I mean, he's a little too far back to make a move right now, but you know, hey. Will Brown makes a mistake or something happens. You never know. By the way, there's about 10 laps to go in this thing. Cam Waters not going away. And I tell you what, Payne's not too far off this either. Payne's only about 2 seconds off of Cam Waters. So if, you know, Will Brown makes a mistake, Cam Waters, they get racing each other, Payne's not out of this. Let's see, what's the gap from Kostecki? Kostecki's 15 seconds behind, so he once again, it's marginal. It's not enough to make a difference. But, all right, Will Brown's starting to pull away, so all right, maybe we won't get the fight that I'm trying to delusion myself into thinking there's going to happen. But I think this is a record. I don't think we've ever had a live stream this late into the night/morning, so congratulations to the 37 people here. You are witnessing channel history. We unofficially, I would have to go through my records and confirm this. I don't think we have ever had a live stream beyond midnight, and now here we are at midnight 30 here in the US of A. So, channel history, yay! As we were witnessing Supercars history, yay! Brody Lost Pace was winning the last few. Do you mean he was winning the last few races or like the last few laps? Turn my volume, like my voice volume? I can do that. Is that better? Am I talking loud enough now? Or did you mean like the... Because I turned the volume up of my voice. But if you need me to turn up the volume of the other thing, I'll turn it up a little bit, but I still don't want to get in trouble for copyright. Oh, cool. That worked. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for the tip, KP. Bathurst Gold Coast. Apologies for not knowing what that means. Not quite caught up on the supercars lingo. Ampole 1-2. That's currently what it's looking like, unless there's like a late race caution. Like, I don't know, if Murray's freaking fender keeps flapping and finally lets go and sitting in the middle of the racetrack and someone cuts a tire and is stuck, then maybe we get a full course caution and some chaos. I don't think that'll happen, but you never know. Get the record for 2 days in a row. Yeah, no. That's the plan. I think today's race started 5 minutes later than it'll start tomorrow. But if there's a caution tomorrow, I guess that could theoretically make the race longer. But there's a championship trophy being handed out one of these days, so we'll sit around and we'll watch that championship celebration. I love a good championship celebration, so we'll watch that. We'll have fun watching that.
One in 95, but the names Prost, Berger. You look at Senna, Mansell, so many of them that have been the absolute superstars. And
They're naming a bunch of F1 drivers.
didn't it? Remember it ran up to Quinnipiac a little earlier. You can actually just see on the left-hand side of the screen where the track used to go.
And that's the speedway that was built specifically for the event this weekend.
I'm assuming that they're talking about F1 winners at this track because they said like Prost, Senna, Mansell, and that was kind of that era
Australia this weekend.
of winners. Because, I mean, Senna got his last win at this track, so I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. I won't forget Murray's name. Tomorrow, Murray gets his revenge. He is going to dominate. By dominate, I mean he will do better than 24th. I'm officially rooting for Murray because I feel bad about how terrible today was. Got no idea anything about this guy. The only people I know things about are the NASCAR guys. Everyone in that first part of the chicane, they keep clipping the inside little kind of soft barrier with the advertisement on it. They keep on clipping it. How is that not damaging the cars more? How has that not created chaos? I mean, they are cutting it very close. Other drivers not fighting Red Bull hard. I'm assuming they're respecting the championship fight, the championship battle. The Mansell tire explosion video is legendary. That was when... Let's see. Testing my F1 history here. Was that like 86 when Prost won the championship? Correct me if I'm wrong. When Mansell blew a tire. That won Prost the championship in 86, I think. Red Bull, too much pace today. A bit of trivia for Adelaide. They call it the city. Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Well, that's exciting, I guess. Let's look at this gap here. Feeney's got a 10-second gap now. So, barring a tire explosion, barring a mechanical failure, he's got this race in the bag. Or, of course, a driver failure where he just wrecks himself, I guess. I don't know. Will Brown's got a little bit over a second. He hasn't quite gapped Waters as much as I thought he would. But I tell you what, that last podium place, that's not a guarantee. Cam Waters, it's not quite over. Pain is closing in. Pain is closing in. Kostecki's only 12 seconds behind now. I keep on trying to make that into something. It's just really not anything. I thought that would be more exciting. We've got 6 laps to go in this race. And they're talking about the leaders. Guys, we have a potential fight for the podium here. Payne is closing in. DJR smashed tires a lot. Front bars damaged. Oh, someone's retiring.
Nigel Mansell's engineer, right? And he tells a great story here in 93, right? They're in the Formula One Grand Prix. Remember, there was no pit lane speeds, right? We trundled down here at 40.
Oh, my God.
There was 2 layers of arm coat. He signalled to Nigel over the fence, came back. Fretson was in his first garage in a Sauber. 200 kilometres an hour. He just plucked 50. Johnny gets his foot stuck in the arm coat, whacks him on the arse as it goes past. Wow.
Oh, my God. Well, that was a fun story from that pit reporter. All right. Okay, then. I hope that they, like, screen record that or clip that or something and post it on Twitter because I'm going to retweet that because that was a funny story.
contribution to Gen 3.
Very much so.
Absolutely one of the key engineers in this whole new generation of vehicle that we've now
5 laps to go. Okay, let's see. Okay, the gap is down to half a second for this podium spot, guys. Let's go show it. I know that the Feeney's about to win. Will Brown's about to win the championship. But look right behind him. Okay, it's a big career accomplishment, winning a championship. Yes. Look behind. Look back there. Look back. It is a championship call. They do have to hype it up. But we've got 3 laps to kind of, think about it. Go.
All right, let's focus on this man.
Okay.
4 laps to run.
I don't think they're going to show it.
He's now 10 seconds, 10.1 away from Feeney. He's got a rhythm. He's done what Andrew Edwards told him to do. He's broken the margin back to Cam Waters. It's 2 seconds now, so that means he doesn't have to flick his eyes into the mirror.
But look at Cam Watt. He got a guy right behind him. There you go. They're finally talking about it.
Headache now for Waters staying on the podium in this one because
I get you're on TV. You got a lot going on. You got a lot of people in your ear, but there we go. All right, now we're watching it. Battle for the podium spot. Cam Waters versus Payne. Payne looking to hand out some pain, I guess. Play defense, Cam. We need a double NASCAR podium. Play some defense here. Though I tell you what, this guy is like right on your tail. So good luck to you. I'm rooting for you here, but I don't know if you've got this, man. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Cam Waters. Do it for NASCAR. Do it for the American NASCAR fans watching you. There's at least one. It's me. Do it for whoever spun you out at Sonoma. I can't remember. Do it to prove it to them. To tell them that, laugh in their face.
Top speed runners with a pretty bold and committed lap around here.
it's a bit of a street circuit thing for Matty because remember the drive also at Townsville was impressive. Strategy was clever there. Had a couple of poles this year. Career first one in the Grand Prix.
No. Play defense, Cam. Play defense. Oh, my goodness. He about blew it there. Cam, you got to survive. 3 laps. Okay. 2 laps. 3 laps? How many laps to go are there on this thing? 2 laps. You got to survive. Bro, what are you doing? Okay, you know what you're doing. Cool. He gapped him. All right. 2 laps, Cam. Come on. Play defense here. All right. Oh, he wobbled a little bit. The guy behind, Payne, wobbled just a little bit. All right, through 4. All right, watch turn 6. Turn 6 is where you got passed earlier by Brown. Just play. There you go. Play defense. Okay, good job. All right, okay. You got to back it up here. You got to get through 8 good. If you get through 8 good, please. Come on, Cam.
And I don't think Waters is going to make this too easy. Remember the Grand Prix earlier in the year? These two got together.
Okay, he's got it into 9. That's good. Payne's sliding a little bit. He's sliding just a little bit. All right.
Meantime, our leaders are not far away from crossing the line for 1 lap to go in race number 23 of the Repco Supercars Championship.
All right, so they're going to go away from this battle to talk about Feeney winning the race, to talk about Will Brown winning the championship.
Spot on point. Ignore the alarm. So they're tight for fuel, which is all part of
1 to go. Race 1 of the Adelaide 500. All right. Oh, no. Okay, come on, Cam. Play defense for 1 more lap. 1 more lap, buddy. Defense, go. Okay, good job. What turn are we on? I think this is coming to 7. Oh, no. No, let's go. Oh, he tried to do something. He tried. He's got a gap now. Okay, they cut away from it, so I guess we'll never know, but... Okay, Feeney, you won. Great job. Great effort.
He was the Formula 4 champion in 2016, Toyota 86 champion in 2016, Formula 4 runner-up.
All right, yes, very good. Good job, Feeney. Will Brown, NASCAR legend. Good job. Where's Waters? Show me Waters. I want to see him on the podium. Make sure he wins the podium spot. Oh, let's go. He got it. NASCAR legend. Double NASCAR podium. Will Brown, Cam Waters. Let's go. So Will Brown's champion, right? NASCAR legend? Will Brown is the champion? Correct?
Cars galore, but it's Brown galore in Adelaide today. The 26-year-old from Queensland has pulled off something very special in his career. A monumental day to remember.
Toowoomba represents. Oh, yeah, I saw that piece that they did before practice yesterday. His dad's dealership or whatever, of where he's from. I thought that was a pretty neat story. And then him in Plains, I think it was. They had a nice little feature on him. That was pretty neat. Nate Gravy, 1, 2, 3's from Toowoomba. Apologies if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But all right, we got a double NASCAR podium. How about that? He's big on flying, really nice guy. I remember when he was over here for NASCAR, all the interviews he did, he was like smiling all the time. Here's your final results here. Get yourself a good look at it. Brock Feeney won. He may have won the race, but he fell short in the championship. Will Brown finished second, wins the championship. As I read a comment saying he will do his burnout tomorrow. Well, that's... At least we get a burnout. We get a burnout tomorrow. I got all day to think about tomorrow. Will Brown's burnout. But, Supercars champion. Cam Waters, NASCAR legend. Finishes third. He's on the podium. Payne tried. He made a couple moves there at the end. Tried to make it exciting for that final podium spot, but ultimately fell short. I was rooting for Cam Waters there. NASCAR. As I said, NASCAR guy. Then we got Randall, led this race early on and just kind of fell off as the race went on. Kostecki only finished 10 seconds behind him. Heimgartner, Courtney DePascal, Wood, Fullwood. That's funny. Wood, Fullwood. Davison, Mostert, Percott, Golding, Jones, Winterbottom, Hill, Evans, Slade, Wood, Love, another Wood, Reynolds, and Murray. Tomorrow is your day, Murray. Murray, tomorrow you are going to shock the world. By the world, I mean me, and you're not going to finish 24th. Murray, your door is going to stay in place tomorrow, and it's going to be beautiful. No fenders falling off for you.
Jeremy Moore there in the background. Huge amount of emotion, a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of money. This starts a lot.
Will Brown looks happy. Well, that's cool. Will Brown celebrating with his team, giving him some handshakes and hugs and all that. That's exciting. Rodney Law, thanks for showing up. Glad you were able to make it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Interviewing Feeney.
We knew what we had to do here, but it's not about us today. It's about Will. Congrats to him and his whole team on a fantastic season. We haven't gave up, that's for sure. We knew we had to come here and win, but
Duke Chronic, gold is Chevy, blue is Ford.
Second win's obviously good. We got an important race tomorrow and then even bigger race next year.
I know that you're really pleased for your teammate, but I know that there's wrapped in some disappointment for you. You came here this year to win a championship. Just tell us how much you've enjoyed the
Nate Gravy 123. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Hope you can make it out tomorrow. Good race. I was entertained. David, thank you for showing up. Glad you could make it as well. Glad everyone could make it. Everyone that's here right now. Still 31 of you. Very good live stream tonight. Numbers. Great information for those of you that are full-time Supercars fans. I very much appreciate it. Glad you guys were able to make it out. Glad you guys were able to watch. We will be here tomorrow for race 2. Looking forward to it. Championship's already been locked up, but another race to be won. Murray will not finish 24th tomorrow. Will not finish 24th. Tomorrow is his day. He will not finish 24th. And his door will stay in one piece. But I appreciate you guys showing up. My Australian Cattle Dog. Nice name. Might go down to the track for tomorrow's event. Hey, I've never been to a Supercars race, so I can't say from experience. But anytime you get to go to a racetrack, for me it's been NASCAR, I've been to Formula 1 race. It's a great time at the racetrack. So if you do go to the race tomorrow, I hope you have a great time. Hope you enjoy the race, my Australian Cattle Dog. And have a good day tomorrow. As for me, as soon as the stream's over, I'm going to bed. It's 12:47 a.m. Bright and early in the morning.
Brock Feeney, our race winner here at the Adelaide 500. I'm going to try and make my way through to see the champion-elect. Will Brown.
Championship-elect. I've never heard that terminology.
Through your veins. I've seen Mum and Dad, Abby, the team here with you. Give us some insight into what's going through your mind in this moment, what it felt like to cross a line, doing exactly what you needed to do today.
I think I was more glad it finished because it was so hot out there. But no, awesome day. Brock did a great job. I made it hard for myself in the pits having the steering wheel locked. And the boys
huge event, more than just supercars. Did you see any of the sprint car races? I saw some of the highlights of that truck flipping. That's about it. And then I watched the Dunlop Series qualifying yesterday.
Just stoked to finally, wrap it up today is awesome. A bit of pressure off tomorrow. Go out there and have some fun.
Have you had a chance to have a word with Mum and Dad and all the family that have come down to be here and share this moment with you?
Yeah, I just had a bit of a chat to everyone. I haven't caught up with everyone yet, but it's a bit of a surreal moment. I don't think it's quite caught up with me just yet. I'm sure it will on Sunday night, but thanks to all my family and friends for coming down as well. Red Bull Ampol Racing, all the guys and girls there have given me a fast car all year, and it's been a stellar first year with them, so hopefully we can keep it going. And congratulations to Brock. He's done a mega job all season and did a great job today.
So, Will Brown, your champion. Tomorrow they still got a race. Sounds like they're going to do all the celebrating tomorrow night because obviously they got one more race to go before they can go crazy. So, I guess he'll do his burnouts tomorrow. That's what someone said earlier. All the celebrations, but looks fun.
If I didn't win or come second, it was probably because I let the team down. They do such a good job. So stoked to repay them and win the championship. But yeah, like I say, I don't really have many words right now.
Just talk to us about how aggressive you were actually being in the closing stages of that race.
I think I worked out that I had to finish fourth or better to close it off today, so I was having a big crack. I wanted to get past Thomas and Cam and make a race of it, and also wanted to get on the podium, so I tried as hard as I could while conserving a little bit, but it was an awesome race, and yeah, it was just cool to come back a little bit. I thought, it's going to come down to tomorrow after the pit stop and make it a bit tougher, but really cool to finish it off.
Oh, this is funny. I'm getting advertisement from Fanatics for Shane Van Gisbergen gear as I'm watching the Supercars race. That's actually kind of funny. It's appropriate, but it's also funny.
It's brought the success that we've had all year. So thanks to him, like I say, he's done a fantastic job, and his day will come. But yeah, really cool. Really happy about it all.
Will Brown, you are the champion-elect. Congratulations on the podium here today in Adelaide.
Champion-elect. Once again, never heard that term in my life, but all right. Cool.
And we'll grab a word with Cameron Waters, who did a hell of a job to hang on there at the end. Matt Payne wasn't giving you any favours towards the end. Just talk us through how that all unfolded.
Yeah, he was coming pretty hard at the end there, and obviously Will was as well, and wanted to try and stay out of his battle, but wanted to try and stay on the podium at the same time. But yeah, we had a really fast car today. We just had an old tyre on the right front for that last stint, so is what it is. Still cool to get on the podium, and yeah, we'll have another crack tomorrow.
Tell us how you tune it up for tomorrow. And physically, how was it out there this afternoon? It's been hot and humid.
Yeah, they're talking about how hot it is. Because it's summer down there in Australia.
I thought I was going to feel, to be honest. The car's actually pretty fast, so I don't think we need to do a lot to it. Just a couple of little areas. If we can make that a little bit nicer, I think we'll be right. Yeah, but, you know, we have a really good tyre life, which is obviously a really good strength to have around here. So
They built a clay track on a Parklands Oval just for the Adelaide. Yeah, on one of those aerial shots, I saw the dirt track, and I was wondering if that was like a full-time thing or if it was just temporary or what they used it for, I guess, or how often they used it in a sense. But there you go. Well, I guess that's it. All the interviews are over. Well, closed out of the tabs officially. Well, that's going to wrap it up for me. I once again appreciate you all showing up here. If you're in Australia, watching the race while splitting your time, watching the race, watching Cam Waters hold off Payne there for the last podium spot, watching Will Brown win the Supercars Championship, watching Feeney win the race, spending that time also with me watching this live stream, or at least listening to this live stream. I appreciate everyone showing up here, but that was my first Supercars race. Had a good time watching it. Thought it was fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward. We'll be back here tomorrow night, or it's night. Technically it's morning. It's 1 a.m. over here in the US of A. But I'm looking forward to being back tomorrow night, tomorrow morning, whatever we want to call it. Doing the same thing. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys can all make it. And for those of you in the US of A, go get yourself some sleep. Those of you in Australia and New Zealand, have a good rest of your day, evening. Hope you have some good dinner. And we'll see you tomorrow for race 2 of the Supercars. And then Sunday, we got another live stream where we will go back, look at my preseason NASCAR predictions, and we will laugh at me because, well, my preseason predictions usually go pretty long. But thank you guys again for watching. We will be back tomorrow. We'll be back Sunday. But yeah, have a good night, morning,